Hello guys, welcome back to another Boom Beach video. So today we are going to be taking on Mega Crab stages 33 to 35, I believe. So yes, it's 3 stages. It took forever for me to do these, but I did record a few live attacks and I did record a few replay attacks. So here we go. This first attack, I'm just walking in, trying to beat the base using tanks and scorchers. I know a lot of people call it skank, but I always called it, ever since it came out, I always called it torch, because it's tanks and scorchers. I just think it sounds so much cooler, torch, than skank, but the general consensus is that people usually call them skank, so I'm going to call them skank for the sake of consistency. Anyway, here we go. Yeah, the tanks, scorchers and tanks are moving into the base. I'm just trying to flank the base, avoid all of those nasty mortars on the left-hand side, and just try to get a good victory, guys. And yeah, I would say it went pretty well. You'll see a couple fails later in the video, like mostly just Smoky Zuka. I keep telling myself I am not going to be doing Smoky Zuka anymore because I always make so many mistakes, and it's always worse than what actually comes out of it. And I'll have to do like 2 attacks just to get set up for a good Smoky Zuka rush, and then pretty much after that, it just fails. So I'll probably stop using Smoky Zuka because it's not worth it. It's a lot more dangerous of an attack, because if you make one mistake, that's no waste of attack. And it's like operation attacks and Colonel Gearhart attacks where you only get a certain amount. And it's actually bigger than those, I think, because you have to wait time after that. But here we go. We're jumping on to the next attack here. In a second, we are going to be attacking this one live, of course. And yeah, we're looking at the base here. We're going to hit attack, and I'm just going to try flanking the base. This attack was a fail, and you'll see why in a second here. So we're going to let our tanks get up low, because tanks are a lot slower than scorchers. That's a good pro tip for you guys if you're scorchers. You just have to look at the speeds of stuff, because most of these bases you have to flare to the very back of something, and you'll see that a lot. And you need your scorchers, or in tanks, you need your heavies and Zukas or Aruka to stay in a clump together. Maybe not at the very beginning, but you need them to be in a clump as soon as you reach the beach. So I'm just trying to get my scorchers back a little, because they are walking out they're walking pretty far ahead of my tanks. And I'm just going to be doing a flare up here. I only saw one shock launcher, and there were actually a lot more shock launchers hitting my tanks and scorchers later on. So I see the one on the bottom, the top, right by the mortar, right by the HQ, the right side of the HQ, but I did not see the one behind it, and I did not see the one on the left. And you'll see, it was just a bad attack, guys, to be honest. I was just so mad. But anyway, I'm going to be placing a shock on the shock launcher, because that's stopping my scorchers from moving up, which is bad because it's killing them off faster. So I'm going to be doing a reflare back, and I wish you could only just reflare your tanks, not your scorchers also, because the boom cannons will pick off a few tanks, of course, which stinks. I mean, I would love if you could only like pick one back or something, or just take like one tank or scorcher back. But there was advanced, that's a currently rolled out idea, advanced flare options. So you'll see here that there's 2 shock launchers. The one in the back isn't hooked on, but the one on the left and the one on the right, now just the one on the left, is firing at my tanks. And not anymore, out of range now, but it was. And these boom cannons just wipe. So that was a very bad attack. I didn't feel like I got anywhere, but I did clear a couple defenses, which was good, of course. And yeah, okay, I don't want to train warriors up. We're going to grab some tanks. We're going to grab some more tanks. We're going to grab some tanks. We're going to grab some more tanks. Then we're going to get some tanks. Yeah, we'll just get some more tanks. And yes, now we need a couple medic boats and one more medic boat. Not grenadiers, medics. There we go. And we will scout the next base and plan our next attack. I'm just pretty much going to be going up from the right-hand side with his strat. I'm trying to stay out of range of the shock launchers, and I'll actually change up my attack later. I'm going to be changing it up to Hookah after this, so I skip ahead here, and you'll see me taking on with Hookah, but I need to destroy these rocket launchers first. So a couple barrages on that, a couple artillery that easily took out that. So like I was saying before, you want to get the speeds down. So I dropped my Zukas a little before my heavies, and by the time they get up there, the heavies won't be too far ahead. And you do want them ahead of them by the time you get to your destination point, but you don't want them too far ahead where the main firepower won't get there and all your heavies will die. And you don't want them too far behind where rocket launchers will be taking out your Zukas before they even get there. So you need to just memorize the speeds of stuff and just get that down, because that's a very important thing. You gotta get down in Boom Beach. But yes, this attack took like, when I was hooked onto HQ, it took like 30 seconds or so, which was a lot for how much DPS I was dealing out onto that HQ. So I was glad I got a successful victory. And here we go. We are going to just be jumping on to stage 34. Started the camera a little late, and it's all good, but the critter boxes are getting released. I did not intend for all those critter boxes to get deployed, so I was kind of in a rush landing. And here we go. There's so many critters there, and we do need to take out that rocket launcher in the back, because that's just wiping out the critters. And as soon as the critters are all gone, it's just gonna get bad. So I'm gonna be taking out that. I placed some critters on the shock mines to take out the shock mines, and that in turn took out the critter container, which was good. And you'll see me get a double hit there, and it'll take out the rocket launcher, not the sniper tower. Sniper tower has a few more hits left, and we are just going to be moving into the base. I would say this is a pretty good attack. This was actually a very good attack. I had some health boost on, so that's why my riflemen are not dying as fast. If I didn't have that health boost, or sniper towers would be one-shotting, and see that fail, guys? I was so mad. Yeah, see the sniper towers not one-shotting my troops. I think that was a big part of this good attack. I did not one-shot my riflemen, but my whole left side, there we go. Medics, my riflemen were way behind my medics, and I just needed them to catch up and take it out. But the mortars are doing some serious damage to my Zukas, and my riflemen just wiping out their hordes of them. But you see, I'm thinking about placing a medkit, but I ended up placing a shock, and I think that was a great choice. But I do drop some critters here to distract some mortars. Hopefully, it takes so long for the critters to get up to the destination point where I want them to be placed. It's just so annoying. But yes, we do take down that mortar, which is good. We have a few more Zukas left. I'm like, okay, we gotta try to take them. We gotta try to take out this rocket launcher. So, yeah, we are fled to the rocket launcher. We dropped the smoke. We do have one rifleman left, which is going to distract all of the damage of the mortars. That's why I was thinking. I don't know if it actually did. Nope. Yeah, it did actually. So now there's only medics left. So I wasn't able to take that down, but it's okay. So we're just gonna be retreating here and just moving on to the rest of the base. And I would say it went well. Okay, here we go. We are moving on to the next part. We are going to be training up our troops, and we are going to be scouting the base to make oh yes, I think we'll send our sub out. Yes, we'll send our sub out. I don't 30 diamonds is better than 20 diamonds. I am out of diamonds basically, guys, and I do not want a 10%, so we're gonna build another one. I'm trying to get more. I really want more gunboat energy guardians, but I do need more of our damage guardians, and not so much health, but just damage guardians. I don't know if health would actually help, but damage will help so much late stages. So here we go, guys. We're just scouting this base. I'm just gonna be flanking the base again, using the same strat, Ruka, and I would say it went pretty well. And here we go. We're landing our rifleman first. This is one of those attacks where I didn't pre-land our Zukas, and I should have, because look how, this is what I was talking about. All the riflemen are ahead, and half my riflemen will die if I did not drop some shocks by the time the Zukas will get to it and provide some damage. So look at this. All my riflemen are dying. We need to keep placing shocks, but if we dropped them in clumps, we would have used a lot less energy. We would have used a lot less, we would have lost a lot less. So here we go. I keep forgetting that barrages will take out critters from the critter boxes, because one barrage will take out one critter box, and then the rest of the barrages will take out the other critter boxes. Yeah, the other critters. So I pretty much lost all my riflemen on the left side. We still got a good amount of riflemen on the right side, but we got really no tanking force on the left side. But now they're starting to turn, and it's looking pretty good. This is one of my better attacks, and I would say this attack went well. My medics are just going crazy on these riflemen, keeping them riflemen alive, which is nice. It's mostly just against the rocket launchers. I don't have to worry about boom cannons or sniper towers because they only one-shot my riflemen, and I have to worry about splash damage like mortars, flame, rocket launchers, and shock launchers. Shock launchers aren't that big of an issue. They just kind of are an issue. So, yeah, this attack set me up perfectly. I accidentally did that flare. I was so mad. I accidentally flared on the corner of it instead of on it, so it did not target the rocket launcher. Otherwise, I would have took the rocket launcher out, but I just didn't do that. So, I am losing my voice. Anyway, here's what's going to happen. We are going to try to be taking out the base. We are going to be flanking it. I dropped my Zookas first, maybe a little too early this time, but I was able to get all my heavies out in front of my Zookas. Not all of them, but some of them, which was good. I just fled directly on the HQ, just going dead mode. I only lost one heavy, which was nice, and we are going to be jumping on to 35. So it took me 4 attacks, and you'll see why here in a second. I did some Smoky Zooka fails, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, here we go. We are going to be targeting the shock launcher, and I don't think there's any more live attacks, but yeah, I just kept forgetting to do live attacks, and it's so hard to do live attacks because I have to be on and recording and stuff like that. But anyway, my rifleman in not Ruka. My hookah army is just owning. I just have to keep those boom cannons shocked because those will take out like 6 heavies out every 3 seconds, and as soon as my heavies go down, the rocket launchers will kill my heavies. So you need an even mix of taking out boom cannons and an even mix of shocking rocket launchers, and I think I got that in this attack. This attack was actually a pretty good attack. It set me up very, very well. That laser beam became the death of me. Now it became the death of me in the next attack, and you guys will see why. Anyway, we are just moving on to the base, destroying everything. That rocket launcher clump, I really need to take that down, and you'll see me just like clutching it up. Mizuka's being awesome. That whole left side, right side Zuka group just being awesome. And look at this, my last one dies, but look at this, guys, a critter's box and critter container and a Zuka on this side, and that was awesome because it will be taking out almost all of the shield. There was like 7, so it took out like 6/7 of the shield, which was amazing, which was like 1.5 million HP I took out just with those little clutch critters. Otherwise, I would need to take them out on these next attacks. And here we go. We're starting with Smoky Zuka fails. This attack was actually one of my better ones, but I accidentally messed up on my shocks, and you'll see here. I'm just a little late deploying my shocks, and it was able to be the death of me. I barely took something down. I only got like 500,000 health down on that. Anyway, no, like 300,000 health, because it was 600,000 health, and I could have if I deployed those shocks. But look at that. I deployed the critters, and that laser beam killed half my Zookas. It just shot down the line and killed all my Zookas, and that was such a dumb mistake of me. I wanted to distract the rocket launcher, and I completely forgot about the laser beam. But anyway, my Zookas are clutching it up, taking down all these splash damage. I really need that flame to go down, and it does, which was awesome. And now I only need 2 attacks. All I need is now 2 shocks for my Zookas. So I just go back home, and I will show you the last one. Only 2 shocks I need to deploy. On the laser beam, the rocket launcher on the bottom, and then the rocket launcher and the shock launcher on the top. If I deploy them perfectly, they're going to get out of range of the mortars up there. So that's what I'm trying to go for, and I would say it went very, very well. So I deployed them to the corner here, and then I'm going to be doing a reflab back, and that gets them all in a clump in one smoke. I'm getting better, though. I'm getting better with my Smoky Zookas. I'm learning a lot more, but we are doing our shocks. These Zookas take out the rocket launcher, which was clutch. It just helps a tiny little bit. It doesn't help too much, but it does help a tiny little bit. Anyway, the only thing that's really hitting me is the sniper towers, and I just dropped some 2 gritter boxes because I had so much extra energy. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to drop a like. As always, I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.